Okay, hi guys, I'm live. I said I wanted to do a lesson on my 10 most useful scales as I see it. And Alan Holdsworth did a very similar thing in one of his videos. And I just thought maybe I have some ideas I want to show you guys about what I think are the 10 uh, most important scales. If I can just get this board up to work. How you guys doing? If I can get this board to stand up, might be nice. Um, okay, so scales to me are based on the triads that make them up. Um, there's two types of triads primarily in scales that we use in tonal music: is major and minor, and there's three functions. You know. There's three chords per scale because there's the tonic, the dominant, and subdominant, or 1, 4, and 5. And each one of those tonic, dominant, and subdominant can be major or minor. So because of math, the number of possibilities for scales made up of three chords that can each be major or minor is 8. And I'm going to show this first by the I Ching example. Yin and Yang. And there, yin is yang is a solid line, and that's major. And yang yang is a solid line, which is major. Yin is a broken line, which is minor. So and there's something called trigrams, where there's three yin and yang combinations, and it turns out that there's 8 possible total variations. So in the first case, let's say the three are the bottom one is the 5 chord, the middle one is the 1 chord, and the top one is the 4 chord. So if they're all unbroken, that's yang yang yang, and that would be a major scale because the all three are major, and that's yin, that's yang yang yang. And then you have another possibility is if the 5 is major, and then the 1 is major, and the 4 is minor. That would be the harmonic major scale. And then if the 5 is let me do this better. If the 5 is major, which is yang, and the 1 is minor, and the 4 is major, that would be something that I'm going to call that would be the melodic minor scale. And then if the 5 is major and both the 1 is minor and the 4 is minor, that would be the harmonic minor scale. So if the 5 is, this is 5, 1, and 4. If the 5 is major or yang, unbroken line, there's 4 possibilities. There's the 1 and 4 are major, which is major scale. 1 is major, 4 is minor, which is harmonic major scale. 1 is 5 is major. 1 is minor, 4 is major. That's melodic minor scale. And then once again 5 is major, and 1 and 4 are both minor. That's the harmonic minor scale. And those are the main. Those are the. That's all the possibilities, as long if with the 5 chord being major or yang. But then there's 4 others if the 5 chord is minor, and those would be if the 5 chord is minor or yin, then you could have the 1 and 4 both be yang or major, and that would be Mixolydian mode. So there's that. And then if the 5 is minor and 1 is major or yang, and 4 is minor or yin, that would be that'd be something I'm going to call the melodic major scale. I'm going to talk about that some. The melodic major scale is I'll get into that in a sec. And then if the 5 is minor once again, or yin, and the 1 is minor and the 4 is major, that is Dorian mode. And then if the 5 is minor again, and all the 1 and the 4 are also minor, that's the 8th possibility, and that's the natural minor scale. So these are the 8 trigrams in I Ching. And then they do hexagrams where they have a column of 8 by 8, and there's 64 of them. The hexa means 6, so there would be 6. But in these 3, in the trigrams, and solid line is yang, which is major, and broken line is yin, which is minor, and then the middle one is 1, the top one is 4, and the bottom one is 5. These are the 8 trigrams that each correspond to the 8 8 ways of playing major and minor chords with the 1, 4, and 5 format. There's only 8 choices. And let me go over them again. One is the major scale. One is the harmonic major scale. One is the melodic minor scale. One is the harmonic minor scale. One is the Dorian mode. One is the melodic major scale. And one is the let's see. One is the, wait, what did I call that one? Wait. Oh wait. Let me go in. Wait. Let me change that. This one is Mixolydian. If I said Dorian, I meant to say Mixolydian. That one's Mixolydian. This one is melodic major. This one is Dorian, and this one is natural minor. So those are basically, those scales I just named are basically the 8 ways of playing my 8 most important scales. I'm going to show them on guitar a little bit, and I'm going to explain some of the terms I'm using. And then I'm going to show you my 9th and my 10th scales, that make the 10. So enough of the board. We get that, I think. It just came to me that this is very universal and cosmic, as one of my friends said on my walk when I told him about this. He said, "That is cosmic, dude." Well, I thank him for that. Now, I don't need the board anymore, but thank you for letting me show you that. So, but let me talk about that now that I've shown that with the I Ching. That was what the board is for. You have to erase these soon, or they dry on here really hard and hard to erase. Let me erase that. Anyway, I put this usually over here. Okay, so let me go into guitar now. About what I just said. Good to see you guys. So like I said, there's basically, if the 5 chord is major, I'm going to be in the key of B for some reason. I have a lot of hum. I don't know why I have all that hum. But if the 5 chord is major, then you have the 1 and the 4 can also be major. Maybe this idea with Jimi Hendrix singing isn't working very well because people don't like the hum. Let me just try to take that out. That's actually, it might actually sound better. For now, I'll do that. The 5 chord is major. Then you have, if the 1 chord is major and the 4 chord is major, you have a major scale. That would just be. Okay. If the 5 chord is major and you have a 1 chord is major and the 4 chord is minor, you have a harmonic major scale, which is interesting. It's a major scale with a flat 6. So let's see if I can even play that scale. Let's see if I can get that under my fingers here. The way of playing it in this position would be, let's see if I can do this here. Let me see if I can do it in that position. Weird, but that's the scale. Well, I goofed up there. Wait, let me see. Wait, I did goof, didn't I? Let me see. Wait. Okay, I know this one's. That's better. That's right. That's harmonic major scale. And then if the 5 is major, and both the and the 1 is minor and the 4 is minor, you have a harmonic minor scale, which is so and then so that was major major would be major, and then I did harmonic major. One other possibility, I think, if the one more. If the 5 is major and the 4 and the 1 is minor and the 4 is major, that's a melodic minor scale, which is, if I can do that one. Let me see here. Let me do that melodic minor scale. Let's see. We're in this position. If I do it that way too. Let's see. Wait, let's see. Wait. Let's see. Be this. That's melodic minor scale. So there's 4 choices. If the 5 is major, you have the major scale. That's if all three chords are major. Then you have the harmonic major scale if the 4 chord is minor and the other and the 5 are both major. That's this scale. And then you have the harmonic minor scale if the 1 is minor and the 4 is minor and the 5 is major. And then the melodic minor scale if the 1 is minor and the 4 is major and the 5 is major. That's the 4 main permutations that are different. They're all different permutations of 7-note scales. But now then that's only 4 possibilities. If the 5 chord is minor, then you have 4 others. And I'm going to go through those 4. If the 4 chord is if the 5 chord is minor and both the 1 chord is minor and the 4 chord is minor, you have a natural minor scale. It's just an Aeolian mode. But that's still just a mode of the major scale, but it's important to know because it actually can be called the natural minor scale. It's a different scale than the major scale, even though it's just a mode of the major scale. It still carries its own. So you can still play stuff in natural minor also. And then if the 5 is minor and the and the, which one should I do first? If the the 1 is minor and the 4 is major, then that's just a Dorian mode. So there's that. And then if the 5 is minor and the 1 is major and the 4 is major, that's a Mixolydian mode. Okay, and then if the 1 is minor and the 4 is minor and the 5 is major, I have what I'm calling the melodic major scale. It's basically can be called an Aeolian dominant. It's a 5th mode of melodic minor scale. It's basically okay. A melodic minor scale has a minor tonic chord, but the dominant and the subdominant chords are both major. So it's basically a major scale with a flat 1/3. But I'm calling the melodic major scale the opposite of that. It's a scale that has a major tonic triad, but the dominant and subdominant are both minor. So it's got and that would be an Aeolian mode with a raised 3rd. So. But the melodic major scale isn't a different altogether scale because it's just the 5th mode of melodic minor, but it still carries its own. So that would be, it has a tonic that is major, and then the subdominant is minor, and let's do that again. The tonic is major, the subdominant is minor, and the dominant is minor, and I'm calling that the melodic major scale. It's just the 5th mode of the melodic minor scale, but it does carry its own. And now to play that scale, I didn't play it yet, did I? That would be it would be an Aeolian mode with a raised 3rd. Let's see if I can do that. Tricky little scale here. Let's see, Aeolian mode with a raised 3rd. Let's see. Aeolian is Aeolian with a raised 3rd. Okay. I don't play the scale too much. Let's see. Let's go like this. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Wait. I'm in B. So Aeolian would be Aeolian is this. Raise the 3rd. I think that's it. I think that's right. That melodic major, and then the last possibility. What did I do? If the dominant chord is minor, and the 1 chord is major, and the 4 chord is major, also, then I have a Mixolydian mode. Now that's simple. And then like I said, and then I'll do the next possible. If the 5 chord is minor, and the 4 chord is, and the 1 chord is minor, and like I said, if the 4 chord is major, then that's just Dorian mode. And did I play that already? I think I did. So basically, and then I did. So basically, if the 5 chord is minor, then you have the choice of 1 chord is major, 4 chord is major, that's Mixolydian mode. If the again, if the 5 chord is minor and the 1 chord is minor and the 4 chord is major, that's Dorian mode. And then if the 5 chord is minor and the 1 chord is major and the 4 chord is minor, then you have the melodic major scale. And if the 5 chord is minor and the 1 chord is minor and the 4 chord is minor, then you have the natural minor scale. So, so if the 5 chord is minor, you've got the Mixolydian mode, Dorian mode, natural minor, and melodic major. So that's the 8 scales that are possible with major and minor triads on dominant, tonic, and subdominant. It just in the I Ching is the same idea. But I'm going to explain my ninth and 10th scales though now, and explain how I think about those 8. Only 4 of them are unique permutations of 7-note scale. The ones with and those are the ones that all had the major dominant. With the minor dominant, they're all either modes of the other 4, if you want to look at it that way. But I think they hold their ground. So let's go over the 8. The first 4 with the major dominant, major scale, harmonic minor scale, harmonic major scale, melodic minor scale. Now with the 5 chord being minor, a natural minor scale, Mixolydian mode, Dorian mode, and melodic major scale. So those are the first 8 of my 10 scales. You can put them in any order you want. Alan Holdsworth kind of named his in order and gave them, but I'm not going to do that. Just whatever order you want. But those are my 8, my first 8 of my 10 scales. And it corresponds with the I Ching, which I think is very cool. I got all this on a walk yesterday. I thought of the I Ching thing on a walk, and I just thought of all this. Not all of it on that walk, but I put some of it together. Now, my 9th scale. Interesting about this, I think, at least to me, 2 of the modes of 2 of the scales of my 8 scales are the Mixolydian mode and the Dorian mode. So Mixolydian mode. I'll switch to the key of A now for some reason. A Mixolydian. And then there's A Dorian. Now, several things you can do with those. First of all, you can go back and forth between the 2, and when the Dorian is in the bass strings and the Mixolydian is in the high strings, I like to call that just going from Dorian to Mixolydian and back and forth. So if I'm playing Dorian in the low strings and Mixolydian in the high strings, I'm just going to call that going back and forth between Dorian and Mixolydian. So let me play some of that. The Dorian in the bass string, and then going back and forth. So that's not a unique scale to me. That's not unique. But my next 2 scales, number 9 and 10, are unique. Number 9 scale is what it's been called the Mixodorian mode. It's literally just a Dorian mode and a Mixolydian mode at the same time. It's an 8-note scale. So I'm calling that my 9th scale, Mixodorian. So here's my chance to play that. Once again. It exists, and it's cool. It just means you can play Dorian and Mixolydian on the same root, tonic note. But it's very obtuse. It's very obtuse sounding. I don't know if I like it. It's just a possibility, though. When you're soloing, you can do that, but it sounds awkward because you're playing 8 notes. Frankly, 8 notes is almost 1 note too many, but whatever, it exists. My 10th scale is the Wiseman scale, believe it or not. The Wiseman scale is not all 8 notes at the same time of both modes. That's Mixodorian, and it's not having the Dorian in the low notes and the Mixolydian in the high notes. It's the opposite. It's having Mixolydian in the low strings and then Dorian in the high strings. And that's the Wiseman scale. So my 10th scale is actually the Wiseman scale. It corresponds with the Wiseman chord because the Wiseman chord has a major third in the low strings, but it has a minor third in the high strings. So it corresponds to playing Mixolydian in the low strings and Dorian in the high strings, and that's basically the Wiseman scale. My 10th scale is the Wiseman scale. So let me go play some of that. So if I'm gonna let me go to the key of C sharp for some reason. In C sharp, I'm gonna play a C sharp Wiseman chord. That's C sharp Wiseman chord. Now C sharp Wiseman scale is Mixolydian mode in the low strings and Dorian mode in the high strings. I like that scale. E, key of E. Middle string, I either play major or minor or either one. Either one sounds good in the Wiseman scale. When you're on the very top, I play the minor third, which is Dorian. And when you're in the very bottom, I play the major third, which is Mixolydian. In the middle, you can do either one. Usually I don't play both, but I play one or the other. That was major third in the middle. This is minor third in the middle. So there's both. Yeah. So Wiseman scale. So Wiseman scale is not only cool sounding and interesting and sounds good, but it's actually fun because you can change one of the middle notes. In the middle strings, you can play either major or minor third. So it leaves it kind of up to you. You don't have to just say, I'm playing the same notes all the time. In the middle strings, play major third or minor third, or even both if you really wanted to. That sounds good too. D. My 10th scale is actually the Wiseman scale, which I kind of like. And not just because it has my name on it, I really like the sound of it. So, hope you enjoyed this lesson. Hope you guys, learned something. I believe that the Chinese have a saying, you can't learn without teaching, and you can't teach without learning. By teaching, you learn, and by learning, you teach. I learned a little from this. I probably learned how to finger my scales, some of those scales that were weird, that I think that I probably could revisit some of that. That was the melodic minor. Tough scale to play. And then, of course, the harmonic major is tricky. Let's do that better. Oh yeah, here it is. Cool sounding scale. It's harmonic major. And I did, or I this one. And then there's the harmonic minor, which is common. Of course, the major scale. other four, obviously, are just Dorian mode, mixed Lydian mode, natural minor scale, and melodic major scale. And that's the four that have the 5-chord B minor. I love you guys. Peace, rock, and I hope you enjoyed the lesson.